One thing that strikes me is that DFID over the last 10 years has really made substantial investments in research in a way that I haven't seen other donors doing. And you see the fruits in the development or the amplification of a research community in the United Kingdom that's really doing very interesting work. We really don't have in Washington, or really in the United States generally, a similar research community that's as coherent and I would say in some ways as sophisticated on many of these issues of governance and development. So from the sort of visiting perspective, that's a really striking feature.
Horizontal South-South dialogue and comparative research that we have been part of has been very valuable. Unlike in other research consortium that we have been part of earlier, in this one, as Southern partners, we were able to frame our research questions because they were relevant to our context. So, for example, a comparative study of citizen mediation and interface with the state between India, Brazil, South Africa was driven by questions that we generated and not imposed from IDS or DFID or anywhere else. And that gives us a new sense of confidence as well as capability to do that more regularly.
Almost no one in the development business was seriously interested in taxation beyond the technical people. But we've been making an argument that taxation is important, particularly that taxation is important for the quality of governance. How governments tax and how much they tax can really make a big difference to governance, and if you reform taxation systems in the right way, there's every reason to think that you can improve the quality of governance. And that argument is now, I think, much better founded in terms of evidence, but more importantly, it's much more widely accepted now, and a lot of people have taken that up. I've been really pleased at the number of development organizations who have in some way embraced those kinds of arguments.
And so there is probably a need for some bridging research that begins to take forward the question of, well, what really are your options as an outside actor if you want to take these factors into account, and what difference would these be likely to make. So I think there is a need for research that now closes the circle, if you will, or squares the circle between the pure research and then the pure sort of aid interventions with some pretty careful analysis of what really are the effects of the kind of interventions that might follow these new ideas.